Imagine waking up, getting in your car, and never needing to visit a charging station again. No plugging in overnight. No hunting for a fast charger. Just sunlight silently refueling your ride while you go about your day. It sounds like the future, right? But here's the big question. If solar energy is so abundant, why don't we already have solar-powered cars on the road? Electric vehicles are on the rise, but one of their biggest hurdles remains charging. For those living in apartments or cities, access to a convenient charging spot isn't always easy. So naturally, the idea of a car that powers itself from the sun feels like the perfect solution. Several companies claim to be close, with sleek prototypes and bold promises. But can these cars truly deliver enough power to make them practical and affordable for everyday use? To understand why solar-powered cars aren't yet mainstream, we need to rewind a bit. The dream of solar cars isn't new. It stretches back to the 1950s. A General Motors engineer named William G. Cobb built what was technically the first solar car. Though calling it a car might be generous, it was a tiny 15-inch model powered by a dozen selenium cells. More of a toy than a transportation breakthrough, but it planted the seed for what would come next. By 1962, engineers were experimenting with full-sized models, like a converted 1912 Baker electric vehicle running on over 10,000 solar cells. The 1980s saw universities jumping into solar car racing. Bulky, experimental machines built for innovation rather than comfort. They weren't pretty or practical, but they paved the way for the solar electric dreams of today. Fast forward to now, and companies are once again chasing the sunlight. Solar power promises clean, silent energy with zero emissions. In theory, if a car could capture and store enough sunlight, you'd never pay for fuel again. But theory and reality often don't align. Let's crunch the numbers. The average car's roof area gives us only a few square meters of space for solar panels. Take a Tesla Model 3, roughly 8.7 square meters of total top area. If we optimistically use 60% of that space for solar panels, under perfect sunlight conditions, we might capture about 7 kilowatts of energy. That sounds promising, until you factor in efficiency losses, cloudy days, and the curvature of the Earth. In the real world, those panels would generate far less, maybe enough to fully charge the car's 75 kilowatt battery in 400 hours of direct sunlight. That's over 2 weeks of parking under a clear sky just to fill the tank. Not exactly road trip ready. Still, some engineers refuse to give up. Companies like Sono Motors, Fisker, Lightyear, and Aptera are betting big on better designs, higher efficiency, and smarter use of solar technology. Each takes a slightly different path toward the same vision. A car that sips sunlight. Sono Motors' Scion, for example, integrates 248 solar cells directly into its body. That setup can add around 70 miles of range per week just from sunlight and up to 150 in ideal conditions. It's not enough to skip plugging in entirely, but it's a step toward self-charging mobility. With a target price of about $32,000, Sono is aiming for practical sustainability. Fisker's Ocean SUV takes a similar approach, but markets itself to the premium crowd. Its solar sky roof can add roughly 1,500 to 2,000 miles of extra range a year. Small in the grand scheme of things, but appealing for eco-conscious drivers who want every drop of efficiency. Lightyear, a Dutch company, might be the boldest contender. Their Lightyear 1 features a double-curved solar array across 5 square meters, capable of adding up to 43 miles of range in a single day of good sunlight. What truly sets it apart isn't the panels, though. It's the car's efficiency. It uses half the energy per kilometer compared to a Tesla Model 3, allowing it to reach over 700 kilometers on a single charge. The trade-off? A steep price tag north of $150,000. Meanwhile, traditional automakers like Hyundai and Mercedes are dipping their toes in with modest integrations. Hyundai's Sonata Hybrid includes a solar roof that adds about 2 miles of range per day. Mercedes's Vision EQXX manages around 15 miles. These efforts show progress, but highlight a key difference. Adding solar panels to a regular car isn't nearly as effective as designing the entire vehicle around solar efficiency from the start. And that's where Aptera shines. Literally. This futuristic three-wheeled EV looks like something out of a sci-fi movie, but its design is entirely built around efficiency. Weighing 65% less than typical electric cars and boasting aerodynamics that would make an airplane jealous, the Aptera can achieve up to 1,000 miles on a single charge. Its integrated 700-watt solar array can provide between 16 and 40 miles of range per day purely from sunlight. For many daily drivers, that's enough to almost never plug in. So why isn't everyone driving one already? Because there's still physics to contend with. Cars simply don't have enough surface area to capture the amount of sunlight needed for full independence. Even with the best solar tech, factors like weather, latitude, and panel angle matter. Transparent solar glass could help by turning windows into power sources, but current versions are far less efficient than traditional panels. Solar cars, in their current state, don't make plug-in charging obsolete, but they can significantly reduce it. The biggest breakthroughs will come from cars purpose-built for solar, not those retrofitted with panels as an afterthought. It's a future of balance, where sunlight supplements electricity rather than replacing it. In the end, solar-powered cars remind us of something bigger. Progress isn't always about instant perfection. Sometimes it's about persistence, the slow evolution of an idea until it becomes inevitable. As battery efficiency improves and solar technology advances, the idea of a self-charging vehicle moves closer to reality. Would you drive one if you could? Imagine a world where your car quietly powers itself as you work, shop, or rest, free from gas stations and charging cords alike. It's not science fiction anymore. It's just a matter of when the sun finally takes the wheel. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next deep dive. Your support really helps the channel grow and lets me keep creating more content like this. Drop a comment below with your thoughts. Would you ever drive a solar-powered car? I'd love to hear what you think.